Dahoodpostman, Professor Belly Bell. This is not a glorification or a glamorization. This is an education. You can go anywhere in the world and get a couple of lies, but you come right here to get the truth. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, share, drop a comment down below. So when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the first and 15th. Lock the door. Professor Belly Bell, Dahoodpostman. Talk to me about the foundation, the Young Foundation, the Dog Foundation, and how all that breaks down. And you know, because I know Robert Holly has some hand in it, and I know Joe Dog, and then Willie had his hand. So I think the baton was sort of passed.
Well, the thing is that when you growing up in Long Beach, of course we had our OGs, what we call the Dog Foundation. Rob Dog, which is Rob Holly's pops, that was the OG. Insane Crip gang. That's
and that's Bouncer and Bandit and
Big
Kool-Aid and all that. Big Insane,
Green Eye, Lee, Reese, RC, all the OGs from Long Beach. And then from there we
Membrane. I forgot Membrane.
Membrane. Them is the older dudes. When I was like I said, I was at the age where I think getting out of elementary, junior high school, and just learning the keys to the kingdom. And then we branched off into what you would call the YFC, the Young Foundation crew, the New York Hats, and that's Willie Cater, Joe Dog, Crawford, you know, even they started a little thing called Long Beach. I don't know if you heard of Dogs and Lokes. That was all part of that YFC time. And the younger crowd where we was in the hood, and we had took it over to where we was trying to push the envelope that we the baddest on the planet, you know. The Young Foundation, if you come to Long Beach, you're gonna deal with us. And I remember I grew up on 20th and Martin Luther King, right at the dairy, and it was so terrible over there. I mean, even the police used to tell us, you know, they'll go in the bushes, find maybe 10, 15 calibers of bullets. We had dudes on the roof. We had you couldn't drive through 20th and Martin Luther King and we not know what car it was. We didn't know the car yet. We got to get at you. So it was one of those things where that YFC, it got crazy. And then right after a little bit of time went on, you all right into BIG, Baby Insane gangs, and they took it to a whole nother level where even me, as I got college and out the hood, and I was coaching and teaching and doing things, they was treacherous. They was on a whole nother level of pushing this insane thing to owning our name, to where the things were.
What decade was worse, 70s, 80s, 90s, or millennium?
I want to say the worst,
because the 70s was fighting. Them dudes was hands on.
The 70s and the 80s gave us our backbones and taught us how to be men, and really showed us that how to hold your head up and walk around this neighborhood and be a man. The 90s was more of, you gonna show us how good at what we gave y'all, gonna put y'all to use. You gonna show us how good you is with these, how you represent whatever. And then this new millennium group, they treacherous. That Baby Insane gang, I wouldn't want to deal with. I couldn't really say which era was better, but that's an era that if I wasn't from the hood, I wouldn't want to deal with, because of the way they go about their business and they handle business. It's not, you know, in every hood have they claims to fame on how they handle their business, how they do things, whatever. But I could say Baby Insane in a short amount of time claimed the East in a way where they even had almost a whole police unit created for them. So I would say that group was, and you gotta think that group was the group of kids that went through those 2 millenniums, and they was the ones that was walking around in Pampers, and they was getting everything. Like I said, I was that 60, 70-year-old. I was watching them, whatever. I didn't really get active until like mid 80s, 90s, like that. But that Baby Insane gang, they got it all. and they ran with it. And when they, I mean, I think when I first started getting up, you know, coming back to the hood, whatever, I think I was just finishing college and I was coming home and I was hearing things, and I lived my whole life in the hood, but I was hearing things where I was like, man, like it was ridiculous. And it also made me think though, that if that's happening, what they were going to try to do to us from that, you know, what people, now I'm not even talking about other hoods, it's just that what we do in this lifestyle we live, they like to glamorize it, they like to pay for it, they like to see it on the movie screen, they like to mimic it, they like to do different things with it, but they don't understand the jail sentences, the lives lost, how moms and dads pay in their kids' blood. And what you know, the more treacherous, the more bigger your name is, the more our families is gonna lose. So it makes me think in my head that the bigger the name gets, the more our relatives and our older generations will suffer.
I don't think nobody understand the full blunt force of it, because they don't really interpreted that. How is this going to impact my mom? How is it going to impact my dad, my sister, my brother, my girl, and kids?
And I didn't understand that until, like we talked earlier, is that my mom being in the church and being a minister, and I was one of those dudes that they would bring up every Sunday and pray for. My name is in the prayer box or whatever. But I lost one of my big homies, Big E, and his dad is the head, he is pastor at Gospel Memorial Church. And when we went to his funeral and, you know, we talked to his dad, that's one time where I saw the pain of not just, because his dad got a letter from Barack Obama, he was getting letters from senators, but I really was seeing in that death that it wasn't just, oh, it was a loss. It was generations of people that was hurting so bad that we couldn't go backwards and fix it. You know what I mean? We could try to do better, but it's been a hurt that like our families and our generations have been going through, that is devastating, like community and families. Like when Lil Willie Gaither just died, I was talking to somebody, one of his relatives, and I'm like, one of his cousins, I'm like, just talking to him, and Will leaving hurt, you know, because he was him, Joe Dog, it was just a few of them left. The Gaithers, they, you know, they went through a time too where a lot of them was leaving, and just to see that traumatic hurt from that, I really started to understand all the losses our families is taking. We taking losses in ways that you can't explain. And the thing that's the craziest is that there's other communities and different peoples that's not just benefiting, they glamorizing what we go through. What we like you say, it's some of our kids that grow up in like Compton, Long Beach, and that's one of the outs that they choose to do. They don't have you know, their dads ain't on the stock market. Their dads don't have A, B, and C to say, oh, you go whatever. Some of them is, this is the route I'm gonna go because that's all I know. But there's people out there that glamorize that and benefit and make that, we're thinking of the right word, not showing that the losses that our families take on a daily basis. So that's one thing that about this hood thing, that I just don't think that message with people like you, what you doing, thing like that.
CK, Colored Man Killer, BK, Black Man Killer. Every weekend, the morgues are filled with black people by black people.
Exactly.
Black people come to see you in droves, laying on your back, versus you standing up in light.
Exactly.
You'll see more people when you lay on your back and there's no more. There's no spirit. There's nothing in your side. It's just a shell. It's empty. More people will come saying
things about you great that you never heard when you had breath.
But now you out of here.
Now you out of here. You can't even benefit off of those words, because if you had heard those words when you're alive, it might have pushed you in a direction that you might have not been on your back. And like we talked earlier, a lot of people don't understand that as black men, not to get too much into this, but we were birthed as a warrior nation. That's the reason. Not just black men, even blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's why our people, we were we were tribes. Our black men were born as warriors to protect our communities. That tenacity we have to protect, defend, and do the things that happen in gang violence, it's been turned on its ear by by situations that we were birthed in a way that to take care of our communities. That violence and everybody see, like you look at different communities in Africa, different communities in the Native American culture. Those were some of the fiercest warriors in the history of the world, and it just didn't. That don't go away. It was birthed in our bloodline, so we have that. The thing is to find out how to harness that and get it back to where we build our communities, and we can keep that instead of destroying each other. It keeps us strong.
I'm gonna add this assessment to it, and a lot of people don't know. Imagine being born because your mama needed $40 and your daddy had it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And that's where we went.
Yeah.
There's a lot of young men that's out there in these streets. Don't know right from wrong.
Yeah.
They don't understand that everything has consequences, and they won't fully understand till after they behind the wall 5 or 6 years, and now they're in a regiment, or they have to be forced to be because of the color of their skin, force them to be together. But you can go any graveyard right now. There's no arguing. There's no fussing. There's no fighting. There's Bloods, Pyrus, Hoovers, Crips, Brims, Outlaws, Bishops, Bounty Hunters, Swans, all of them in the same graveyard.
And that's why when I talk to young kids, I always tell them, I was like, Blood, Crip, otherwise. When your homeboys die, you cry and hurt the same way I do. It's no different. But we claim different areas, different rags, different whatever. But what we hurting from and what's killing us, we feel the same. So to change that, all we have to do is find out how to stop. And we could change all this hate and what we're going through. And I do believe that I don't think people can say what they want to. If our kids had opportunities, this could change to something better. But I think a lot of people they won't address like how what you do and what you talk about. They don't want to talk about the true reason we are the way we are. Just like growing up in Long Beach, we knew, okay, sports, gang banging, or whatever else out there. And we had homeboys that told, and one thing about when we grew up, we had homeboys like me playing football. I had homeboys, even especially Crawford, that would come up to us and be like, y'all two can get out of here. If you do A, B, and C, you hang out, you stay here, you'll end up in jail or in the cemetery, whatever. And we had older homeboys that kept telling us that, nah, y'all need to do this. And they stayed on us. Wally Gator, a few of them.
Shout out to Ronnie Gator. Rest in peace. I was in the feds with him. One of the things he was trying to do was culture responsibility and culture competence. See, once you have those two, then you become value focused. And you can take your talents to a much higher plane and just fly, man. Because we're building there right now. We're building an airplane while we fly.
Exactly.
In this powerful dialogue that we're having right now. You know, I can see the sincerity and everything that's come from. But a lot of these guys don't understand the hoods that they claim now is owned by the housing authority and the Hispanics. And not knowing that this is almost like a game to them, like the prison pipeline. I was talking to a kid the other day about, you got kids out here that won't work, go to McDonald's and work, do whatever, but dudes will go to the feds and work for 67 cents an hour.
47 cents an hour, and somebody is smoking cigars and smiling and love that our strong black men is building these things for them, and they don't got to pay them nothing, and they losing the best parts of their life
Right.
from this game. You know what I
Right.
mean? That
Right.
we need to step in and say no. You know, like when I talk to kids, I tell them, I say, okay, you start off at $15. If you keep working hard, eventually it's gonna go up. It has to go up. So we just got to keep and like what you do. As long as somebody keep talking and keep pushing, I believe it's gonna go up. It has to change.
I think
you
it
keep
has to
doing what
change.
you're doing. It has to
I
change
appreciate it, man.
because the narrative that you putting out there is different than what they hearing on a daily basis. And my thing, I've always been told, if you hear something once and it's good, you will hear it again. And once you hear it 2 times, after 3 or 4 times, you'll start putting action to it and keep doing what you're doing. You'll put action behind our young men. And
I want to thank you for sitting down with me. This has been very powerful. It has been impactful, and also it's mindful, because I've been sitting here reflecting as you speak and thinking about, man, this guy right here, he's laying it out. You got it. You understand it. Man, much love and respect to you. Continue to fulfill all endeavors and do everything, because all spaces are full, whether positive, negative. But you choose what you put in those spaces.
And one thing I want us to know, just like today when I was talking to you, and you've been 100, talking about what our young men and us as black men got to understand is, once we start dialogue and talking, then what we're doing is attainable. What you know, you can give to me to attain. What I know, you can, like you was giving me different things about YouTube. We can't, us not talking to each other and mad dogging each other and thinking, I'm from Compton, you from Long Beach, you from Watts, I'm from here. We can't have that dialogue to build each other with the foolishness. If we can, I'm gonna
say this, not to cut you off, with Kenny Mac. Once you get ready, just call me, and everything you need to, we're gonna walk through it, and you're gonna be comfortable with it.
For sure, for sure. And this ain't gonna be it. We're gonna build and do something else, because my boy I talked to earlier, he said what he could see now in us is there's a spirit in us now that we're starting to engage each other, build, and push different ways.
What's that there? All right. How you doing?
I'm all right.
What's the Whipple?
Huh?
No, I was trying to call your name.
Nah, from that study house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right on. Appreciate you.
Yeah, we gonna build that dynamic. I can say now, you can feel it and you can see it, and it's gonna build and it's gonna come. And when it does, out of all the years what we've been through, we don't got nothing left but greatness.
Man, we're gonna go ahead and lock the door. Appreciate
bro.
you. Kenny Mac, Professor Melly Mel, the Hood Postman. Lock the door.
Lock the door. It's been cool, bro.
Lock it.
Yep.
For grind all the time, baby.
Yeah. Cali Miners, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga, streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top, diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing, they see me shining. That's hard work, proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. Ali, bad man, and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me, that's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking, and I don't talk about it, I just make it happen.